What's up, guys? So today we're filming the daytime running C Light install. It is raining just a little bit, so I came over to my sister-in-law's house and she let me use her garage here. So hopefully it's not too difficult of an install, and I'll be guiding you guys through the process of my version of installing these. I know there's a bunch of versions out online, so this will just add to another video. All right, so we got some of the stuff that I might need laid out here. I got a bunch of my mods. If I finish the daytime running C lights within a reasonable amount of time, I might shoot over to the next mod, maybe do mud flaps or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna start off with these and see how that goes. All right, so first things first, we're gonna take off a bunch of these 10 mil bolts that you see along this edge. There's also a couple pop clips. I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver, just pop those out. And right here, there's a pop clip as well. After you get that out, you pull the bumper to the side on both sides and just pull it right on out. There's a bunch of videos on how to remove your bumper, so this might not be the most detailed one, but I'll just kind of try to briefly explain the process that I'm going through. So first off, we're gonna start off taking off 6 10 mil bolts along the line right here. And there's gonna be 3 pop clips, 2 pop clips on the side of the bumper, and a couple going along the underside of the bumper. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off and take the bumper off, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, guys, so I took off the 10 mil bolts that were going along here. There was 3 pop clips that I took off with a flathead screwdriver. And then there was 1 pop clip over here, 1 on the other side, and there was a ton of pop clips on the bottom, so make sure you get all of those. And now the bumper is loose and ready to remove. Now I'm just gonna have to remove the fog light lights or the wires, and then this bumper will be ready to completely remove, and we'll set it off to the side. Okay, so now we have this brace to take off. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 10 mil bolts and a little pop clip on the side. Once we remove that, we'll remove 2 more 10 mil bolts and another little pop clip, and then your headlight will be able to come off. And then you do the same for the other side. All right, guys, so once you guys manage to take all the bolts off and get the headlight out, the one, you just got to disconnect this one right here that goes straight to the headlights, just so you can like fully remove it. And now we have the headlight out, the bumper off. I got 1 more headlight to take off, and then we will start messing with this guy, trying to crack it open. All right, so now that we have both headlights out, we're gonna try to remove the lens off of it. So first we're gonna start by popping all of these clips. Just go around the whole light, try to pop all of these up, and get a Phillips head screwdriver and remove all of these surrounding the whole headlight. Just look everywhere and make sure you get them all. So after we do that, like I said, we'll try to pop these up. And some people say, like Super Speed says, you don't have to put them in the oven, but a lot of people find it easier to put it in the oven for like 5-6 minutes, and then remove the lens like that. So we're just going around trying to pop these up. Just work it a little bit. Like I said, I am gonna put these in the oven, preheat it to 170, and probably leave it in there for like 7 minutes, maybe 6, maybe, yeah, I'll do 6. And then I'll come back with my flathead and try to pull all of this out. Then we'll get to the inside. Okay. As I'm working this, it's actually giving in a little bit, and I feel like it might not be necessary to put them in the oven to take it apart. Now, once I put the new sealant in, I will be putting it in the oven just to make the sealant a little bit softer and so it can just stick really good. I'm gonna keep on working at this just a little bit longer, seeing if it'll come apart without having to put it in the oven, but I think it will. So I'll keep you guys updated. So after messing with these lights for about 10 minutes, I couldn't really get it to budge. It looked like it wanted to give, but I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm gonna pop them in the oven. I'm gonna preheat it to about 190 for 5 minutes and see if that helps release the lens and just soften up the glue. So I'll be back with the results. Okay, we got the lenses off of the housing. It was kind of a task, but while I was pulling it apart, my wife got a flathead screwdriver and she was kind of sawing away at it. And she's helping me take the glue or the sealant off of the housing. This is all the old sealant, super sticky. Thank you, Carla. But yeah, that stuff is really sticky. Anyways, I'm gonna now remove some of these Phillips head screws, and then after I take that off, I'm gonna work on getting the old C Light out of there. All right, so now that we got this out of the lens, we're gonna try to remove that C Light housing and the side marker. So we're just gonna push these little clips in. There's a couple just going around where the C Light goes. We're just gonna push those in and pop that C Light out. Okay, and once you push those clips in from the back, I use these needle nose pliers to help me out. The C Light will just pop right off. And still got to take the side marker off. But basically, this is what we're gonna paint. We're gonna black this out. What I'm gonna do, because I've seen a bunch of videos, and a lot of people, they paint this whole housing along with the side marker, but they paint behind here where the C Light covers. Since this C Light, since it doesn't cover the whole space behind the C Light cover, when you black the background of that out, it looks like less of a vibrant C Light, if that makes any sense. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mask this off. So basically everything will be black except behind the C Light cover, and hopefully the C Light housing will look a lot more vibrant and not as dull as if you paint the background of it black. All right, guys, so this is what we got so far. Just pieces of headlights everywhere. But this is what I was talking about. So this is where I masked it, where I don't want it to be blacked out. It's not perfect, but this will cover a lot of the imperfections. But I got it pretty close, and I did the same over there. And now it's time to paint these housings. And the paint that I'm using is this paint, roll bar and chassis, no primer needed. I've used this before and I really like how the finish is. It's a really nice satin, not too glossy and not too flat. So this is the one I'm gonna use. And I've been really debating if I wanna paint this or not. And I still don't know. I'm gonna have to flip a coin. If I don't paint it, it might look like a more aggressive STI style. But if I do paint it, I mean, it'll just look like everyone else's, I guess. So that's just a decision I have to make. All right, guys, so go ahead and pause the video and comment what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see them blacked out or leave them amber, similar to the STI look. I still don't know, you know, I swear it's gonna come down to last second what I decide to do, but comment what you guys think I should do and let's see what I decide. Alright guys, so I'm about to paint these. I'm gonna do it out here so the overspray doesn't get on any vehicles or anything like that. Probably gonna give it quite a bit of coats, maybe like 5 or 6 coats, and we'll see how it goes from there. So I'm gonna test it out right quick on the bugs. All right guys, so right now I put about 3 coats on this and we're just gonna let it dry in between coats. But right now I'm gonna let my nephew say something to my YouTube channel.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
You heard him.
Gonzalez Garage.
Yeah, you heard the man. Lisa, say hey. This is my niece and my nephew Kevin. Hey, show him your mullet though. He's got the best mullet around. Check that thing out. All right guys, so we'll get back to the video.
By the way, hey YouTube.
Okay guys, so the headlights are now painted. What I'm gonna do now is try to carefully take off the tape and hopefully none of the paint peels back. After I take off the tape, we're gonna start putting the side markers on. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna keep them amber. And then we're gonna slide the LEDs in, try to get everything mocked up into place. And I got gloves on because you really want to be very clean about this, because once it's enclosed, you can't, you know, it's gonna be a pain to get back into there. So we got the masking tape off. There's only one spot that I have to touch up where the paint peeled, but we got that figured out. Came out pretty good. So now we need to make sure that we clean the inside, make sure we got any fingerprints off of there, because once you close it, it's gonna be a huge pain to try to open it back up. I'm gonna clean also the projectors and everything in there before I close it up. And then I'm gonna have to route the wires to the C lights, put the side markers back in, and put the sealant around it and get ready to close it all up. So, okay, so I went ahead and put my sealant from Morimoto. All you have to do is just stretch it out a little bit and then guide it just all the way across the same way that you took it out. And everywhere that a bolt goes, I'd take just a little bit of the glue, a tiny little bit, roll it into a ball and push it in there. Actually, I saw a video from Schmedia where he did that, and it just seals it up better. So I have sealant all the way around that. And after many tries touching up my headlights, this is how they turned out. Carefully placed them in there, and this is ready to go in there, and this is one of the painted ones. And the way you put it back is just the same way you took it off. 3 screws right there. You just do everything in reverse order. So what I'm gonna do here is guide the wire through the hole here. This is where the original daytime running light originally was. And we're just gonna kind of mock everything back up, push it down as much as we can, and then we're going to put it back in the oven for the same amount of time. Then after it heats up, we're gonna press everything down, make sure it seals good. You won't be able to clip it, but just try to get everything lined up where it's supposed to clip. That's what that looks like right there. After I get it in the oven, I'm gonna push it down together and make sure everything clips, and then we'll move on to the next step. What's up guys? So I took the headlights out the oven and pushed it all together and sealed it up. Put all the screws back in and clipped the headlights. So it's good, it's ready to go. I was kind of caught up in the install and I haven't been taking too many clips, but I'm gonna show you guys how they're looking. So I already got them mocked up here on my car, and man, they look good. Here's the other side. And the Morimoto wiring is super simple. I don't think I gotta go through it. So Morimoto's C Light harness, it's really just plug and play. It's got a provided wire that plugs into your parking light, your OEM parking light, and that is what powers it with the positive and the negative. And the C Light itself goes straight to the module, and that's all you have to do. So all of that, that's pretty simple. I didn't think I had to like really show you guys. And this is what it looks like so far. And that's with the new LED bulbs that I put in there too. I'll show you guys in a bit what the C lights look like, but you can tell that that white matches really good. And that's the C light just itself. I still got a wire. Oh, in the Morimoto harness, you get an orange wire, and you just have to tap that into the positive of your turn signals. So you tap it into this blue, this orange wire that it provides. Tap it into the blue, and they provide a T-tap too, so there won't be no issues with that. Okay, and like I said, I already did the LEDs. I'm gonna do LEDs for my fog lights, and I also have my OLM fog light bezels that are daytime running light that I'm gonna install, but I'm gonna go through it quickly because I know this video is already super long. All right, so this is the last part of the C Light install. This is the provided wire that they give you, and this is the T-tap. So I'm gonna just, if you don't know how to use the T-tap, I'm just gonna show you right quick. So this does go to the blue wire here on your turn signals, and you put the wire right in between, if you can see the little metal piece, and then all you gotta do is close it. But I'm gonna use the needle nose pliers. That should be good right there. Let's see. And then you just connect it. And to test it out, I'm gonna lock my car and to see if it works. And as you can see, since we just did that one's working, and this one over there is not. So, but if I unlock it, you see it also turns on. So. Alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap for this install video. I still have to do my fog light bezels, but I feel like this video is starting to become a little bit too long. So what I'm going to do is do a part 2 for the fog light bezels, but I'll run through that really quickly because it's really not that hard. This install probably took me, started at like 9. I've probably been working on this for like 7 hours, so it's definitely tedious work, especially if you want them to look good. You want to keep on touching up, making sure everything's perfect. It'll definitely take, most of the day. All right, so I was really close to starting the part 2 where I did the daytime running light bezel install. And when I popped out the old bezels, I started realizing they're not the same shape. And on Subispeed's website, it said 2015 plus. So I assumed that, it would fit, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I can do, return them, maybe sell them locally. So that install is gonna have to wait. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the LED fog lights and just wrap this whole thing up.